What's going on, everybody? This is Emilio V, and we rocking with rebleTV.
Bro, how are you? How you feeling? Let's just break off the ice.
Good, man. It's cold. I'm back in New Jersey. Just came back from Miami last week. This weather is terrible.
How was the Miami experience?
It was good. It was good. John had put together a nice little show down there. Him and TJ3K did a pop-up event at the N-Light store. It's in Woodwood in Miami. The show that we did was definitely the best part, you know what I'm saying? But I think the most memorable moment was when we had gone to a little mansion party that was going on the Sunday of the Super Bowl, and it's not that anything super amazing had happened, but it was just a nice experience, a bunch of people from different areas all in one place, and everybody's just kind of there to have fun. But at the same time, people are being friendly and speaking to each other, so it's good to see. You don't see that a lot. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. I grew up in Trenton, New Jersey. I've lived there all my life. I'm from Puerto Rico, ethnicity wise, but recently I've been more so into the music scene. I've been working with Jersey John for around a year and a half. That's my main client. That's who I manage. And then at the same time, I've been kind of bouncing around with different camps, different people from different states, but really looking into going into the entrepreneurial side of building the background of a record label and a production company and events, so I can really take people and really create a platform to help people. That's the interesting story. So when I was in high school, it's a long story, but it's a short story. It kind of bounces around a little bit. So when I was in high school, I had signed to a semi-pro international soccer program. I ended up signing to go to Rowan University in South Jersey, and then I had met a bunch of people there. I had met somebody that was on the football team. His name's Cabral, a good friend of me and John's, and I ended up living with him. He was in a fraternity at the school. The summer, I think it was summer of 2018, sometime around there, and I'd gone to a party with him, and then John was DJing. We really didn't know each other, but then a friend of ours, a mutual friend, had introduced us, and then we kind of just started talking. It really wasn't on any business type thing. That's not really where the space was at. It was just kind of a natural, all right, cool, you're cool, I mess with you, we could definitely hang out, we can do some things together. And then he kind of showed me the business side of everything, and I was like, all right, cool, I could really just start being around. We can make money together, we can be friends, that's cool. But at the same time, it kind of grew into bigger relationship with bigger goals. So it was the span of I would say a year or two put into a month, and then everything just kind of started moving very quickly. But probably around that summer 2018 time.
Dude, what were you studying at Rome?
Business marketing and international marketing.
So after you graduated, is that when you got into the?
I'm actually 20. I went there, and at the time that I met John, I was there for probably 2 weeks, and then we had to go to Connecticut and Providence and Boston, and then we started going all over state and out of state, and I just started missing all my 8 a.m. classes because I was like, let me do an 8 a.m. class so I could have the night free. But then when you come in at 2 in the morning at night or 4 in the morning at night, you're not gonna wake up for that class. It's just not happening. I mean, I've always liked music, so for me it was just a natural kind of thing to do something that I've always done, and music's always been a really powerful thing for me because I used to play a lot of sports. Soccer, going into a game, I'm gonna put in my playlist of these few songs that I really like, and then from there it just became, when I kind of met John, we started going to do a bunch of shows, and from there it just became okay, cool, I can make this into a business, I can financially profit off this. Because before I had done anything with music, I was the head of marketing and sales for a CBD company. Okay. So I had the same business mindset in the loop already, but then I just kind of transferred over to the music. And when I kind of learned about, okay, you can throw shows to make money, you can manage artists to make money, you can do a bunch of different things just to and even help people at the same time and really help people for their careers and make money. I was like, all right, this is something I can definitely do. Social media mainly, because social media is the main way you can really promote and reach people very quickly. I believe in a very well-structured plan and really making sure that, okay, you have the resources you need to really get something done. Because what I'd really done with that company, that was my highlight, but at the same time it was what really showed me that business is more so the field I kind of need to get into, was around the time that Jewel came out, was when I joined up with the company. I was like, okay, cool, how can I take that and what's trending and kind of get it into make CBD more of a public thing that's looked better upon. I think really the main thing that I stick to is just really focusing and finding what's going on and what's really trending at the time and figuring out a way to collaborate that with something that I'm trying to get accomplished. Yeah, I think really it depends on the background of the artist, because certain artists can't reach certain markets. You're not going to take somebody that's from Chicago or from Detroit and then bring them to Princeton, or you're going to bring them to like just a very modern American town, because that's not really the type of cliques that are going to fit in. But at the same time, it's like I strongly believe in a very street-based, not like street-based as in terms of foot on the ground marketing plan, or of something that really gets people interacted by doing something physically rather than going through social media. Because you can put something up, you can put a post up, but that's not always gonna make people do what the goal you're trying to get accomplished. I'm trying to think of like the most memorable one I could think of. I mean, the one I had the most fun at was later was when we did Fat Boys pool party in the summer. We've gone to so many parties together. It's hard to really dial down on one that had like the most memories. We had gone to some party at Kane. It was like a frat party, and I don't drink no more. So for me, it's like I'm not going. All right, cool. I'm gonna go to this party. I'm gonna go get drunk. Like about to go like do all the drunk thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to the party, I'm kind of, you feel me, we're playing Pong, me and John. Every party we go to, if you see us playing Pong, put money on the table. I'm sorry, you will lose it, but it's okay. Then, you feel me, people just start coming up to, oh, yo, Jersey John, oh, here, take a drink. And then by the end of the night, it was a long night. In there for 4 or 5 hours, and then we ended up leaving. And before we leave, we used to have a kid that used to come around. His name was Paul. He was a photographer. He was a photographer, videographer, like one of our best friends. I don't know how. I think it was like, I think it was the sangria that was in him. So somehow this man runs up to him behind him and leaps like straight over him. And Paul's like about 5'4", 5'5", leaps straight over him. Just like he jumps over him and he's standing like this. And he straight just jumps over his head. But then he clips the back of Paul's head and Paul catches him. If not, John's face was going straight in the pavement. He was going to trip over his head and just bang his face in the ground. He stays out of trouble. Only problem that we've ran into with the law was when we had done this party at Rutgers, and we did it with a fraternity, but then out of nowhere, like the cops came and they all left. And so John's equipment's outside. I'm inside the house like that. That was the house that they were doing it out of. And the cops start coming in. They ask him like whose party is this? And we're like, it's not ours. And long story short, like they take him in for not having his ID, and then they released him because he didn't do anything wrong. But besides that, he doesn't get into trouble. We make sure we stay out of that. For us, the fun times are like just the really close personal memories, because there's so many different memories of being out and having fun that they all just kind of mesh together. I mean, personally, the relationship aspect, like the way I kind of describe everything, I'm so focused on myself and like my career that if I can't fully support myself, if I don't have a car that's paid off, if I don't have an apartment that I can afford the rent every month and everything straight, like I can't put my time into supporting a whole nother female. Because me, if I'm gonna have a relationship, I'm very picky. Like I'm not just gonna date any girl that I meet at a party. Like if I meet you at a party, I'm sorry, we're not gonna be a relationship. If I meet you at a club, definitely not happening.
Why is that?
Because if I meet a girl at a club, it's like you're there to either go meet guys and go like and go have fun and you feel me? I have my fun too. I'm not gonna judge nobody for going, and it's just a natural process at the end of it, you know what I'm saying? For us, when we go out to the club, it's he's gonna go DJ, or we're gonna go with an artist and we're gonna go get a back end. But like girls go in the club, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get drunk and get guys to buy me drinks. Like that's not the type of girl I want. You gotta find the right one. It's like all the girls that I've found that I could be in a relationship with, I've never met at any sort of music event, no concert, club, bar, like anything like that. I've just met them in random situations or through like friends. Because I have a very certain mindset that I keep to myself, so I want to find a girl that like has the same sort of mindset. In all honesty, look, I'm a very personal person when it comes to working with artists, but definitely when I'm looking at somebody, it's like I look at the following, but I really focus on the interaction. It's okay, boom, like if you have 10,000 followers, are you at least getting like 1,000 likes or 900 likes? Is it consistent? Like when you go through, are they real likes, or is it people that's just a bot? Especially the comments. If you have comments of people, let's say you drop a song snippet and it says, "Oh wow, great picture," or some weird comment, it's like people will buy comments. I've seen people pay money for verified people to comment on their pictures, and a whole string of verified people, and you're like, "Oh, this looks cool," but then you realize that they said, "Oh, awesome trip," and they're just sitting there in a car. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Let me check. I'm going to put new albums, new songs, because it's interesting you say that, because every month I'll take like my Apple Music and I'll make a playlist that's all the new songs from the month. Diva with the Kid Laroi and Tekka, Apollo by Smooth L, like New Apollos, and it's a new song that came out. My man's Humble Kai from New Hampshire, he just dropped his project, and probably Pop Smoke new album, definitely. Because the thing that I really focus on is finding the newest and the hottest music. So when a song drops or an album drops, I'm listening to what's the best. Like Spinrilla is something I use a lot to find unreleased music and really find new artists that aren't really doing a lot. Definitely to artists, release your albums on Spinrilla. Even if you don't think it's going to do anything, the fact that it's just there, people that you would have never put it to are going to see it. Because they do a very good job of putting everything and promoting everything. And it's really interesting because the dude who owns it or either created it, one of the owners or the creators, is from Trenton, which I had no idea, and I found out. So for me, it's like I'm going to put on for them because it's my home city.
Right.
Jersey artist. I mean, I can't really say Fat because that's like my business partner. So yes, him. I'm definitely putting him in #1, but I'd probably go with Mir Fontaine, just because he's a hard worker. Like, really, because I've seen him from the point where he's at now to the point where he was before. Like, I've seen him do all these events at Rowan and really just kind of work to really get to the point he's at. But I also do got to shout out my man's Just Glow from CNS. You know, that's Fat Boy Gang, that's family. So he's definitely working, doing a lot too. In New Jersey, February 20th, the biggest one that we're doing, well, not the biggest one, but it's Jersey John and Fatboy SSC at Dingbats. That's probably the one that I'm putting the most effort into right now, because that's really like the nice place and the nice platform to really get everybody into one area. For me, the reason I like to see John and Fat work so much is there are two different areas in New Jersey. New Jersey is south, whether people say it or not, central is a real thing, and then North Jersey. So central-wise, me and John are two of the people that have a very big name in that area, and then North Jersey is Fatboy and Fetty Wap, and then South Jersey is Mir Fontaine, and then a couple other different artists. Being able to see that Central and North Jersey being able to be brought together and really unite that area is just something for me that's like, it's just cool to see. You don't see people work together, but especially two big people from two different areas really coming together to help everybody within the state and really put on for the state is dope to see. It's an interesting question, because right now, so mainly the record label stuff I'm doing myself, because that's more so just managing the artists and calling in favors and really, let's say, executing a budget. Okay, boom, I have an artist that's releasing their album. I want to market it, and I'm going to call this person, get billboard ads, get certain placements on blogs, get interviews, different PR stuff. But on the production company side, that's where more of the other people come around. One of my close partners who's going to be doing mainly everything with me is, of course, Jersey John. That's going to be the person that I'm doing most of the event stuff with, because the production company is its own separate thing, the record label its own separate thing, and the event company is something that I'm partnering with him with, that we can bring big artists into New Jersey, but be able to create platforms for people to really get their music out there. Because not a lot of people are able to do shows and get artists introduced to the person that's getting booked. Short term, I'm getting everything pushed through, so I have all my legal stuff done. But really within the year, if I want to sign at least one person in every kind of field across, so have a producer, have an artist, have a A&R, have a graphic designer, photographer, videographer, engineer, and kind of everything in between, DJs, like any sort of position that's in the music industry, I want to have somebody for that, so everything can be in-house. Really getting everything just kind of pushed across with the right people to really surround it is really just what makes a difference. I really believe in the fact that no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, like, everybody has a chance. No matter who you are, it's really upon you to get to where you want to be in life. Are you willing to every day go to the studio and come up with new songs and network with different producers and get new visuals to put out, have content you're pushing every day. Your drive within you is really what pushes people. How hard do you want to be that person? What are you willing to do to really make yourself that person who's going to be the next big artist? Like, especially me being from Trenton, I've seen so many artists from Trenton being like, oh, I'm from Trenton, this, that, and the third. Like, I've seen people come out of the ground, come out of the concrete and break through the concrete and then become the biggest.
I've done some favors, I made mistakes. My bitch said she gon' leave, but she call every day.